Hey guys, it's Tony with Backwoods Biker and Wood Tramp Outdoors. About 6 months ago, I was walking through a factory at an industrial complex and observed some workers unboxing this huge piece of equipment. And surrounding that equipment was material that got my attention. It was this right here. And it was a vapor type of a barrier. It is woven together almost like seal nylon would, except the weaves are bigger and the material is heavier. And then on this side is a reflective surface. That's what caught my attention. Hang tight. I'm going to show you what I did with this. Welcome back. I'm always teaching everybody, think outside the box when you're going out in the bush. If you're just going out for a weekend or a day hike or whatever, there's a good chance you're going to run into something that's going to require you to bushcraft, maybe some stakes, some tent poles. If you've got the time commitment and you're going to be out there for a while, there's other bushcrafting things you're going to need. And one of the things that we emphasize, especially as the winter months start coming and the cold temperatures start to happen, is learn how to build a fire reflector. And they've been doing it for centuries. Bushcrafters, woodsmen, wood tramps, been doing it for centuries. Just essentially you're building a wall about 4 foot wide, maybe 3 feet at the minimum, and you want it to be about 3 feet high. And there are various ways to be able to do that, but you build it out behind your fire and it reflects the heat back into you. And I've always said this to here, if you don't have patience, you're not going to be a very good bushcrafter, because bushcrafting is a investment of your time. Building that firewall, I've timed it before. It takes me about 40 minutes to be able to build a firewall. And it can take longer if the temperatures are really inclement. If you're in driving cold, freezing style rain and you got other things on your mind, it might take you up to an hour to do that. It's a time commitment because you have to cut the material. You got to saw the wall, all the limbs for the wall. You got to saw the posts, and then you have got to wrap it together with cordage. It's a time commitment. So I'm always looking for ways to be able to cut that down. And I took this material home and I just started brainstorming with this, and then I came up with the idea of what about building a pre-made firewall out of this stuff that would do the same thing for me as a regular firewall. Now what I did was obviously cut it, right? It's about 3 feet wide and this is about 2 feet high, and my idea has always been to be able to put it this way if necessary. But you're seeing on one side it's no longer white, but it's black. So what I did was I put a coating on this, but let me tell you the steps here. First of all, this in and of by itself would not be able to withstand the wind. It would rip, I am guessing, if all you did was punch a hole in it and put a toggle behind it and then tried to use it. So what I did was I put holes in this, and then on each corner, on each side, you see this here with black? That is actually a piece of canvas that I have Lexand, a type of caulk that doesn't ever get hard. It just cures like glue. It's on both sides, and then I put the grommet in, which gives this a very strong reinforced corner. It's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to rip. It would take some heavy wind. All right, and then after that, what I did was I took some Flex Seal in the can. If I build another one of these, which I probably will, I will use the brush-on style. I like it better. But I just sprayed it with Flex Seal because I wanted to be able to use it like a gum blanket as well. If I'm out and it's wet, damp on the ground, I can throw this down with the black side down, kneel here, and I'm not getting wet at all. So it has a dual purpose to it, right? Now, so it's probably cost me about, with the Flex Seal, less than $30, not even $30, less than $25. And had I used the can style instead of the aerosol, it would have been a lot cheaper. So I'm going to go ahead and get on the other side over here, and I'm going to show you how I deploy this. And it takes less than 10 minutes if I am building my stakes and my poles. I've already got them done because I've had it up several times. So hang tight, be back. I want to show you what it looks like. Hey guys, there you have it. It took me less than 5 minutes to deploy this. And when you're talking freezing rain, driving, blizzard conditions where you need to get a fire going and get your system, your fire system ready right away, 5 minutes is a great option. I can't tell you where to buy this material at. I didn't buy it. As I told you, I got it from an industrial complex, but I have been trying to resource it. But just let me show you real quick here. This has 2 poles. That's it. Bushcrafted poles. It's got 4 stakes that I bushcrafted, and I'm got it out with bank line, obviously, right there. One of the things I want to point out to you, though, I'm going to zoom in on this area of the tarp, is you see down there in the corner that toggle. I highly recommend using toggles because of the simple fact it displaces the weight under a wind load to where it will not rip out your tarp here. Maybe we'll come up with a better term for this, but fire reflector or whatever. But as you can see, you know, we have done that on both sides. And then as far as the top is concerned, they're just chamfered to a point. This side here I just have a simple lash on it to keep it from slipping. And when you do that, you notice that this isn't a 7 notch or 4 notch. This is just a regular barrel notch that is squared at both sides. That is so no matter how the wind pulls this, whether it's up or down, it's going to have a stop for your cordage. And then on this side, I wanted to show you this other option, is I actually put a bowline in the top and just tied it up there and slipped the bowline over. I don't care for that as much. I don't think it's as secure, but it can be faster if you had pre-made lines. So that's the only reason that I'm mentioning that to you. But as I said, think outside of your bushcraft mind when it comes to making something new. You know, we'll take one last walk around this dude. Oh, look at that. Yeah, we'll take one last walk around this guy so you can see it. It's worked great. It's rugged. Well, that might be one thing I want to mention to you for those of you guys that are saying, hey, I got a space blanket, I could do that too. Save your money. I tried that years ago and they just do not hold up. They're not made for that. Now if you get something really heavy and do that, because there are some heavy duty survival blankets out there that have reflective material on the side, but what I was trying to do is just repurpose some material, being on the cheap. This is truly on the cheap. And other than the poles, you can keep your stakes, keep your lanyards, keep all your toggles, and roll them up inside of the firewall. It rolls up very, very small, can fit in your kit. Nice little ad. Hope this helps you guys out. Leave your comments below and always become a subscriber, and we'll put you on our database for free gear every month. Got a nice gift that's coming up in the month of July. So until next time, you guys ride free, you live free, and as always, you be safe out there.